On Tuesday night, an explosion said to have been caused by a large amount of explosives stored in the neighborhood by some illegal miners rocked part of Bodija in Ibadan. Following the explosion, some residents are still missing as rescue operation by the emergency agencies alongside security operatives is ongoing. The Bodija area of Ibadan has become a beehive of activity as residents in their numbers are trooping to the site to catch a glimpse of what is left of the collapsed buildings. While some are lucky enough to recount their ordeal, not many are privileged to speak as a result of the fatality.
And my flatmates were making dinner, and yeah, so we were in the kitchen. I guess that was our saving grace. If we're anywhere else in the house, I guess I would probably be in the hospital right now. So yeah, we're in the kitchen, we're cooking, and then the transformers had issues for a bit, right? So it started to make sound, and we're like, oh, maybe it's just transformer again, right? And with nothing too serious. Then the first explosion happened, and they were like, oh. Then the roof started coming down when the first explosion happened. So we tried to start finding our way out. But then we were trying to make our way out. The first explosion was not as serious. The second explosion happened, and that was what rained everything down. And I think there was a third one that I can't be 100% sure, but I know there was a second one, and that was it. So we just tried to find our way out. No, there were no fatalities in this building, but my neighbor was badly injured. She's at the hospital now. A few small children too were injured, but they're all alive. They will live. They'll survive.
How I heard about this is that I have to call my mom. Then my sister's son picked the call and actually expressed what has happened. That Mom's house has collapsed. I was like, what do you mean by that? Do you mean that the sound I heard is actually happening the place you people are staying? And he said yes, that Mom's has actually went out, that she actually survived. I was so happy, and my sister and 2 other kids. So that was how I heard about what happened. Then I was coming straight down here to come and check. Then went to the hospital there in Bodija. But before I got there, they've actually released them because of the kind of patient they're having is even more than enough. So they are telling most of them to be going to UCH or any close. Some people are even dead. So it was that critical. Some people who were inside yesterday shouting, but they don't know the location. So it was that bad. But we thank God for life. We thank God for this. This actually have shared a lot of experience for a lot of people in this Ibadan. That means for this can happen here, it can happen in another place. So we should all be very, very careful. That's what I can share.
Just few houses away from the whole sitting room, bedrooms, toilets, everything, the ceilings were down. Down. Prof was seated somewhere watching television. She was there. The only place that thing did not break on top of the inside the roof was where Prof was sitting and where the mommy was sitting. So I said, this is God's work. Every other thing is down. You can't recognize photographs with dust and everything, particle POP everywhere. So they are moving. They said they are going to Lagos. He retired in Babcock University, right? So I think he's going to Babcock now, so to stay away.
On a visit to the site, Governor Seyi Makinde attributes the explosion to activities of illegal miners who are residents within the area. These survivors say beyond the speeches of the governor, they want immediate action to unravel the cause of the explosion.
Well, number one, I hope that there's a proper explanation as to what has happened. I don't want to hear hearsay. I want to hear an actual factual explanation as to what has happened. It's very, very important to me. Number two, I want to hear the government say that what they have in plan to make sure that this can never happen again. This can never repeat itself again. Illegal miners, non-illegal miners. So, I mean, if it's illegal miners, it begs the question how and where and why military-grade ordnance is moving around city center, and because there are rules around how mining should be done. As to compensation, I don't know. I don't want to speak on anything legal matters. In the end, I'm just a tenant.
The governor said there's an illegal mining. I don't think so. It's not. It's the miners that must have brought an equipment to their house where they stay here. They stay here. They've been here for over 8 years. Before I left 3 years ago, they've been living here. I know them, right? So they must have brought some things for their mining work when they meet rock under the ground. Because that sound is more than a bomb. The sound is more than a bomb. If somebody in Akpata can lose his roof or something because of this, Loguneru, Akpete, anyhow, go and find out. It's more than a bomb.
The special advisor to Oyo State Governor Fatai Woshini tells residents to remain watchful as well as report to the designated situation hub created by the government.
That is why a kind of situation hub has been created at the premises of Housing Corporation. So we've been advising them to go to that premises where we've created as emergency hub. The experts in disaster management are there, and we've been advising the victims, the residents, the landlords to go there in order to give us information as much as possible. And you can also not say whether there will be a secondary explosion. So the more of them that we're able to get out of this vicinity, the better for us.
At present, rescue operation is still ongoing to ascertain the number of casualties and, of course, the fatalities. No fewer than 50 houses have given way as a result of this explosion. Those affected are thankful to God for sparing their lives, and, of course, they're hoping that government will take necessary action towards ensuring that this does not repeat itself. From Ibadan in Oyo State, John Felix reporting for Galaxy Television News.